Yeah, all right, guys. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Sorry, if you can hear me, indicate in the community. I think my network is a little bit messy. If you can hear me, please indicate in the community. Uh, okay, please, if you can hear me, drop a reaction and emoji in the community. Perfect. All right, perfect. So,
I can hear you. I can hear you.
all right, thank you. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So last week we were talking about blockchain networks, and we first of all looked at what blockchain is, and we saw that blockchain is just a a technology or a decentralized kind of technology, okay, that powers the cryptocurrency. Okay, so that is basically one of its major use case, powering the cryptocurrency or powering the crypto assets. All right. So we looked at some of the features of the blockchain, that it was decentralized, it's immutable, it's uh it's immutable, it's is secure, and comparing to other kinds of technology. All right. So and we something I didn't mention last time was we actually have different kinds of blockchain. So we have the private blockchain, the public blockchain, and the hybrid and the consortium. So private, as its name indicates, is a kind of blockchain that is private, and the public blockchain, as its name shows too, is a public blockchain, and that is where most cryptocurrencies fall under. All right, they fall under the public blockchain. That is why someone can carry out a transaction, and you can be able to trace the when the transaction was made. You can be able to trace when the transaction was made and who received the transaction. All right. So this is about the public blockchain. So last week we looked at some blockchain technology. Okay, last week we looked at some blockchain technology. We looked at who can. Yeah, please, can you hear me now? I'm
Yeah,
really so
yeah, yeah. I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
I'm really so sorry about my network. So like I said last week, we were looking at some blockchains, and I said, can someone mention the blockchain networks that we talked about last week? I think we mentioned about 4 or 5, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're in the last class, can I see your, like, can you just drop 4 or 5 kinds of blockchain? Yeah, yeah, okay. We talked about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Binance Smart Chain, and Solana. Yeah, thank you so much, Mary Esther. Laura, thank you for the attempt too. So today, I mentioned some other blockchains last week that we didn't get to talk about, but within the week when I was researching, I felt like we should focus more on the newer blockchains, all right, newer blockchain networks, because from last year to this year, so many new blockchains, you know, emanated. Some of them were created. So we'll be looking at some of them, and as well as their features. All right. So another blockchain, the first blockchain we'll be looking at today is the Sei network. Sei network. All right. Say is it was quite popular. Say was quite popular. I think that was last year. So, uh, or not even last year. Say it was 2021. Okay. So, I'll be giving a little bit details about um this blockchain. So, its consensus mechanism is tender means proof of stake. All right. Tender means proof of stake. So that is the consensus mechanism for Say network, and its token is Say token. All right. I think its token is trading on some exchanges. I think it's on Binance too, if I'm not mistaken. Or if it's not on Binance, it should be either on OKS, Bybit, one of these top exchanges. It's trading there. Programming language, Rust and Go. The founder of this Say network is Jeff Feng and Jay Jog. All right. And Say network was created in 2021. So one of the major attention of this Say network was fast fast finality. All right. Fast finality, high throughput, parallelized architecture, and robust security. Sorry. So these are like the key features, high throughput, fast finality, uh, parallelized architecture, and robust security. So these are like the major focus of the Say blockchain. Um, some of the use cases is, as we all know, trading DeFi, the DeFi applications, your different decentralized exchanges, and the normal DApp now that we know. So these are like these are like the features. So looking at it, looking at its consensus mechanism, paying a little bit attention to it. So this thing that means proof of stake here, it's like it's the thing behind this feature. All right. So this thing that means, so like I said, I didn't just say the consensus mechanism is proof of stake. I say thing that means proof of stake. So what is really that thing that means? So that thing that means it's what provides fast finality and high throughput by using BFT algorithm. And so someone can check online what is BFT and drop it in the group. So this Say network uses the BFT algorithm. All right. So, and validators vote for transactions. So they use the proof of stake, as we all say. So when I was mentioning last week, and I was telling us about the whole proof of stake things, that proof of stake use validators, why proof of work use miners. So in this case, since they use the proof of stake, all right, even though it's quite advanced because of the whole BFT algorithm, so validators propose to vote on blocks with the finality achieved in seconds. So summary, this token transaction is very fast. All right, it's very, very fast. That is like one of the advantages of it. Like within seconds, a transaction is approved, and this is like one of the key main feature in the whole current trending blockchain. All right, when we look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of these older blockchains, speed was one of the challenges. I think the only older blockchain that handled that issue was Binance Smart Chain, and which was part of the reason it was created. All right, so I said someone should check out for me BFT, the full meaning of BFT. I have it here, but I want us to research BFT algorithm. So I really want us to research. So you can quickly search on your Google and know what BFT means. So So some of the uses of this say token, they use it for transaction fees, staking, and governance. So it's also used in approving transaction. Like I told us, how the proof of stake works is when for you to be a validator, you have to you have staked a very large amount of that particular token. All right. So for Ethereum now that uses proof of stake, I mentioned last week, or let's talk about the blockchain we're talking about. For this say blockchain now, or say network, you must have like stake a large amount of the say token for you to be able to be a validator, and for you to be able to. So what validators do are just to approve transaction, and when they approve transaction, they earn reward. Still in the case of proof of work, just what you call mining and everything. So it's a high performance blockchain built on the Cosmos SDK model. So like I mentioned earlier, that its key feature is fast finality, around 390 milliseconds block finality. Like, that's crazy. All right. So it's able to handle 12,500 transactions per second. 12,500 transactions per second. 12,500 transactions per second, which is like really very impressive. All right. So because of the blockchain model, it allows scalabilities. All right. It enhances scalability and allows efficient transaction processing. This just simply means because of the nature of how it looks, you can approve a transaction easily. All right. So, excuse me. So, looking at it, one of the major challenges of this particular blockchain is that, you know, it has a lot of competitors. All right, because of the way it looks. This because most other blockchain have these features, and so it has a lot of competitors, and because of that nature, this blockchain doesn't really have so much thing to do different from what other blockchain are doing. So getting users to jump on this particular blockchain is quite a hustle, because Solana is there. Now even Ethereum, we now have layer twos. All right, I think that's probably what we'll be talking about next week. We'll be looking at the blockchain layers. We'll be looking at layer 0, layer 1, layer 2. All right, so we'll be looking at about different blockchain layers and different blockchain networks, where they actually fall under. So I don't know, did someone check that out for me? Danny, I was thinking you should be on it to check out what BFT means.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Please come again.
I said you should check out what BFT algorithm. I was thinking you were on it.
BFTR.
BFT algorithm. So check out what it is, and drop the
Okay.
meaning in the community.
All
Everyone
right. All
needs
right.
to
No
check
problem,
it
sir.
out. So
Sorry, no, this. I think I can do something.
please, you can mute your mic. All right. So that's for Say Network. So for Sui Network, Say and Sui, I think they launched closely around the same period. Say was in 2021. Sui was in 2022. So Sui, its consensus mechanism is a combination of BFT and DAG. All right. I'll be making more explanation to that earlier. So the tokenization is a Sui token, and the programming language for it is Move. So Move is the programming language used in developing the Sui blockchain. So another thing about them is it was founded by Metin Labs, okay, former Meta employees. All right, the people that founded this network are former Meta employees, people that formerly worked at Facebook. Facebook was a Meta and everything. So the key features, all right, is high throughput, low tenancy, uh, innovative consensus. So its major use case is gaming, financial services, and high frequency application. So about the consensus mechanism,
I just went in the community. Please confirm if
okay,
that's what you're looking for.
BFT algorithm, not R, BFT algorithm. So, even though it's already talking about it, I don't know the repetition thing. So, we on Sui blockchain here. So, this consensus mechanism, like I said earlier, is made up of a combination of the BFT consensus. So you can look at the community and see what the BFT means. BFT consensus and the DAG. So this BFT, excuse me. So basically, this also comprises of the NAWAL and TOSC. All right. So the consensus mechanism, the combination of this BFT and DAG is what you call NAWAL and TOSC. I'll be typing in the group so that you guys can be acquainted with some of these things. Sorry, they are quite difficult to pronounce because I am not from where they are from. So the NAWA part of this consensus mechanism handles the mempool and data availability, while the TOSC provides the BFT consensus, all right, on top of the other data from NAWA. So they basically, it's just saying basically they work hand in hand, all right. So basically they work hand in hand. These are very new blockchains, so they are not really things that we are conversant with. So you can make your further research on them, all right. All I'm just doing is to introduce them to you, talk about introduce them to you, give you a little highlights of how they function, and you can just do your due diligence, all right. So the whole consensus mechanism thing is just a combination of the BFT consensus and the DAG, all right. So like I said earlier, the some of the key features, excuse me. So excuse me, sorry. So for the token here, the tokenization, as of say, it has its own token C, all right. It has a C token, which the token is actually used for different activities like fees, staking, governance, just basically interacting around that particular blockchain. So that's what they do with the token. So like I mentioned earlier, this programming language is Move. So, and this Move, what's special about this Move programming language is that it provides security and flexibility for developers. So this programming language provides flexibility and security for developers. It's not like as tedious as other blockchain programming languages. So it's quite innovative and it's quite innovative. All right. So some of these new, excuse me, sorry, some of these new blockchains have new technologies, new things they are imbibing. So they will be hearing a lot of strange things, just so you know. But because they were not like last week, that most things I was saying were things that we are conversant with. So many things I'll be talking about today are quite strange and new, all right, because these are the new and trending things in the blockchain, and this is what the informations we need, all right. So it has high scalability. It's designed to handle complex and high frequency application. So it's ideal for gaming. So if you are looking to create a blockchain game, so you should be looking at the Sui blockchain to build on the Sui blockchain. So it handles transactions. Are we together? Can we still hear me? Sorry, if you can still hear me, please can you drop an emoji in the community? I feel the class is quite boring, probably because of what we're talking about. Okay, nice. So, like I said, this blockchain is a kind of a high performance blockchain. It's a high performance blockchain because it's built in such a way that it can handle heavy applications, like I mentioned earlier, like gaming applications. Gaming applications are quite heavy. So if you are looking to build a gaming application seamlessly, you should consider the SUI blockchain. So we have the Kuai network. Sorry, the SUI blockchain. I think it's time I start sharing my screen. Okay, it's time I start sharing my screen so that we can see some of these things. So I'll just probably search on Google. So sorry about that. So I first of all mentioned to say you can see my screen here.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so I first of all mentioned to say blockchain. So this is what the say blockchain. This is what the logo looks like. Alright, so when I said say blockchain, so that you can hear what I'm saying well. So the SUI blockchain, this is what the logo is like, so that it doesn't look like I'm copying. The SUI blockchain, this is what the logo is like. Alright. So Lawala is saying something. Okay, okay. Hello, can you guys still see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So we're talking
I can
about
see it.
the okay. So we're talking about the Quai network. Quai is QUAI. QUAI network. So its consensus mechanism is proof of entropy minima. Proof of entropy minima. Minima is MINIMA. And this abbreviation is a POEM. Proof of entropy minima. So this token is the Quai token. Alright, its programming language is it's a combination of Solidity and Rust. So the founders are Alan ALAN ORR, and William Thompson. Alright, so this Quai blockchain or Quai network was founded in 2022. Okay, so some of its features are the hierarchical architecture. Okay, hierarchical architecture, decentralized advanced security. Okay, so some of the things you can do with this blockchain is, it can handle high demand applications like the SUI. Okay, so once you have, you know, you want to build, what do you call it? Want to build heavy apps, Coin Network is another blockchain to look at to build on. So a little bit more on the consensus mechanism. So the proof of entropy minima, so is a hierarchical structure that enhances scalability and security. So it's just something that makes multiple chains work together, sharing state and transaction. So it's just a kind of a consensus mechanism that can allow multiple chains to work together on this particular blockchain. So it's quite, like I said earlier, a lot of things I'll be saying will be quite new and strange and different, or whatever you want to call it. So this is a quite unique blockchain. So like other blockchain, this token can be used to carry out different activities on the blockchain. So it's a layer one blockchain, all right, and has a hierarchical chain structure. So it distributes validations and consensus processes across multiple nodes. So it's a scalable blockchain. Scalability just means, if you hear scalability, it's talking about transaction speed. All right. So it's a secure blockchain, and like I said earlier, it's suitable for handling a heavy product. All right, like this. We looked at the Sui blockchain. This is suitable for handling heavy product. All right. So that is for the Kwai network. So Kwai network here. So this is what the Kwai network logo looks like. So what I'm showing of this thing is so that we can know them. So QUAI, Kwai or Kui or whatever. So this is what the Kwai network looks like. This is the logo. So you can make your uh further research and learn about this blockchain. So another blockchain we'll be looking at is the excuse me the the sharding blockchain. All right, the sharding blockchain is another blockchain we'll be looking at. This is a blockchain that we should probably be conversant with. Sorry, let me. So this is a blockchain that we should be conversant with. All right. So the sharding blockchain uses a consensus mechanism called proof of quorum. All right, with dynamic shading. So each token name is a SHM. So it's SHM token, and the programming language is involved in this blockchain is Solidity, JavaScript, and Rust. So it was founded by Niskal Shetty. Niskal is Nischal. Shetty is Shetty, and Omar Seed. Omar is Omar, then Seed or Side is Syed. So this sharding blockchain was also founded in 2022. All right. So this is just like to add to what I'm saying. So it's good that some of us who are interested in knowing about new blockchains or connecting with new projects, it's good to pay attention. Some of these new blockchains that are coming out, all right, you can this is just a side talk here. You can be able to reach out to some of these new blockchain that are trying to, if you're someone that maybe you're a builder, you're interested in building blockchains, or you are a community builder. So some of these new blockchains, they are probably focused on looking at people who can, how they can expand the blockchain. All right. So as someone who is into community building, you can reach out to them and help them expand their community, their reach, and you possibly get paid for it. So it's something you can do at all. You can even check out projects that are building on these different blockchain and queue into what they are doing. Some of these blockchains that are less competitive, it's easier to get some opportunities with them than some of these already crowded ones. That's part of the reason why we are looking at them. Is that all right? So like I said earlier, is consensus mechanism is a proof of quorum. So its key feature is infinite scalability, immediate finality. All right, it's EVM compatible. So it's a scalable solution for dApps, high frequency trading, okay, and other high demanding applications. So it can handle high demanding applications like some other blockchains we mentioned earlier. Excuse me. So looking at the consensus mechanism here, this proof of query ensures secure and efficient transaction processing within the shaded networks. All right, where nodes validate transaction in parallel. This is English. All right, so it's just a methodology, all right, or a consensus mechanism that helps that approves transaction in a parallel form. All right, it's just a different kind of way of transaction approval. In fact, when you hear about consensus mechanism just means what goes on when a transaction is carried out on a particular blockchain. All right, how transaction works. So I think there was a time we did a study on Bitcoin. You know how Bitcoin transaction works, where it moves from the the sender, it moves into the blockchain. It's being analyzed by the miners, then it reaches the receiver, and then the miner receives a reward. That is, the miner that approves the transaction receives a reward and everything. So this is just simply what consensus mechanism. Consensus mechanism is just the mechanism that makes a transaction happen on the blockchain. Is that all right? So that you don't think this whole consensus mechanism is big English. All right. Don't think it's a big English. So still on Shardum. So like other projects, this token is used for running activities on the blockchain, like for paying transaction fees, staking, governance. All right, and the stakers or validators stake their tokens to be able to contribute to the ecosystem. All right, so like some other blockchains, it is EVM compatible. So it's an EVM compatible layer 1 blockchain. So with dynamic shading. So you can look up what dynamic shading means. Shading is SHARDING. So that's an assignment for everybody. Go and look at what shading means, in the whole crypto technology, what shading actually means. SHARDING. So check out what it means. So its key feature, like I mentioned earlier, it has immediate finality. It's EVM compatible. All right, EVM compatible means that it's deployed on the Ethereum virtual machine, just like Binance Smart Chain. That means that it shares the same kind of address. All right, it shares similar address with this. Sorry, excuse me. It shares similar address with this other EVM based blockchains, like it has the same address with the Ethereum address, the Binance Smart Chain. Just any EVM compatible blockchain has the same kind of have the same wallet address. As far as you're talking about a particular wallet, let's just say, okay, for let me use my Trust Wallet account now. So my Trust Wallet account, all EVM compatible blockchains that are listed on Trust Wallet, all the addresses are same. Both EVM compatible, both layer 1, layer 2 blockchains. All right. So another blockchain we'll be looking at is Aptos. Aptos uses the DMBFT. So Aptos has its own consensus mechanism, which is Aptos BFT, and is a version of DMBFT. All right, its token is APT. All right, and its programming language is Move. Which other blockchain did I say that it has the? Sorry. So which other blockchain did I say it has the that uses the Move programming language? So this is what the Aptos looks like. Someone should mute and speak, please.
It's you, sir.
Yeah, I said which other blockchain uses the Move programming language?
So I can't hear you clearly. What do you say?
I said, which other blockchain uses the Move programming language?
Oh, oh. You mentioned programming language. What's all this stuff?
Hmm? Uh, you guys don't remember? One of the blockchains I mentioned today uses the Move programming language. Is the Sui blockchain. The Sui blockchain uses the same programming language with um uses the same programming language with this guy, with this Aptos, right? So it was founded in 2022, or the blockchain was created in 2022 or launched in 2022, whatever. So it just basically has the same features with other blockchain, and its consensus mechanism, like I said, is Aptos BFT. So the BFT consensus mechanism that combines aspect of proof of stake and proof of work to ensure security scalability. Validators propose to vote on the block. So the whole idea of the BFT consensus mechanism is just to create will I say, is it a bridge, or to create a link between the proof of work and the proof of stake consensus mechanism. All this English I'm speaking, some of these blockchain I'm mentioning, if they do well, they'll become order of the day. And as someone who is into blockchain education, these are some of the informations you need to have. All right, you need to know about some of these new blockchains and how they work. All right, so its use cases is it competes with other layer one blockchains like Solana. Basically the same thing that other ones does. All right, so one of the challenges is that it's an early blockchain, so it's yet to get recognition among other blockchains. All right. So the last one we'll be looking at today, and we'll call it a wrap, is the Cardano blockchain. All right. The Cardano blockchain uses a consensus mechanism called chain web, which is parallel proof of work. So parallel proof of work, and its programming language is Pact and Chainweaver. So the programming language for developing on this particular Cardano blockchain is Pact and Chainweaver. So sorry, excuse me. Share my screen. Let me show you what this thing looks like. Cardano. So this is what the Cardano blockchain looks like. Like I said, its consensus mechanism is parallel proof of work, and this parallel proof of work or chain web, they are the same thing. So when they ask you the consensus mechanism for the Cardano blockchain, so it's either parallel proof of work or chain web. Anyone you say is correct. And this programming language is Pact, P-A-C-T, and Chainweaver. Chain, then Weaver. Weaver is W-E-A-V-E-R. So the founders of this particular blockchain is Stott Pope Joy. Stott is a S-T-U-A-R-T. Pope Joy is P-O-P-E-J-O-Y. And Will Martino. Will is W-I-L-L. Martino is M-A-R-T-I-N-O. So this Will Martino was, or is, former JP Morgan executive. So he worked with JP Morgan. So this Cardano blockchain has been a while. It was actually created in 2016, but it's not a very popular blockchain network. So it's like other blockchains, all right. Like other blockchain, its key features is shaded proof of work network, low fees, high throughput, and robust security. All right, so it's using business applications that require secure and scalable solutions. So basically, other features of other blockchains. So another thing is that it's this chain web. So it's a combination of public layer one and private layer two. All right. So this particular blockchain, this Cadena, is a combination of two blockchains: the chain web, which is a public layer one blockchain, and Kuro, which is a private layer two chain. So it has the advantages, the whole low fee, fast transaction, scalability, and the rest of them. So this is it on the Cardano blockchain. So, like I said earlier, I know the whole thing is gonna be boring because it's just me mentioning dates, consensus mechanism, the advantages, and a lot of things. So this is just basically for information purposes. You might not really have need for stuff like this, but somebody who is building or growing in his Web3 journey, you don't just listen to the part of it that is interesting and lively, how to end this, how to end that, how to make this, how to make that. There are basic information that you need that when you are out there holding real conversations about blockchain, that you can actually have an opinion about something. And when they mention some of these new technologies, you won't be lost. That is why we teach some of these things we teach, that you understand how it works. So it's not basically for anything. So uh someone should respect the guy in the group. The class is actually being recorded. So before we call it a wrap, does anybody have any question before we wrap it up? Okay.
No, I don't have a question, sir.
Okay, if you don't have a
I think
question,
I
me,
have
I
a
have a question.
question. No.
Yeah, shoot your question, please.
Okay. It's regarding all these layer one blockchains. Like, why is it that, like, I want to understand, like, why is it that some of them are usually more adopted than some, and those ones that are not being adopted, like, what's the way forward for them? Like, are they just going to like remain there like that, or how would they be able to like gain massive adoption, or maybe have like massive users like the ones that are already known? So I want to know.
Okay. Some of these things is not about just in building a blockchain network. There are things involved, and actually adoption is mostly dependent on the activities going on that particular blockchain. Okay, now let's all use Solana as a use case. There was a time Solana wasn't really a hot blockchain. Yet Solana was known, but when FTX had issues, they were quite involved in the whole FTX drama, so they went down. So that was how they came up with the idea of super team. All right. So if you are here, you've heard of super team. Super team is a marketing firm for Solana. So what super team did, super team was not focused on people buying the token. Super team was kind of took a route where they understood what blockchain was all about and knew that the best way to market Solana is by people building on Solana. So once they were able to come up with a strategy by onboarding builders, creatives, organizing different activities that will involve talking about the blockchain, it started bringing back the attention. Then with the whole thing, meme coin started launching, and in fact, one of the main things to push up a blockchain is the whole meme coin thing. Once you're able to, it's easy to launch. And Solar made it so a way that they had this thing. It was very easy to launch a meme coin, and everybody was launching it. So it got a lot of traffic, and some of these coins were actually doing well and everything. So one of the key things of adoption of a blockchain is the activities that happen on the blockchain. Some of these projects, they might already have the funding to organize some of these events that will bring activities to their blockchain. So I mean, actually, why some are still new, and with time they will gain proper recognition. So yeah, so maybe you can take a look at some of these new blockchains and see if there are opportunities for you before they get crowded. All right. I don't know if I answered your question.
All right, thank you. So for a specific kind of blockchain, what you are saying is that they all, if they were able to like come up with their own different marketing strategy, they'll be able to like onboard more people. That is the entire
Yeah,
message?
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the popularity of a blockchain is actually tied to their marketing strategy, all right? Because actually there are other newer blockchains which I didn't mention, and they are not really very popular. So it depends on the whole marketing strategy and funding available for you to thrive. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Mm. So any other questions before we call it a wrap? Okay. Hi Deborah. Nice seeing you on the call. So in the absence of any questions, so this is where we'll be closing the whole topic on the whole blockchain network thing. So next week I'll be talking about blockchain layers. All right. So we'll be looking at the layer 0, layer 1, and blockchains that fall under these different layers. And when they say, oh, a blockchain is layer 0, what do they actually mean? A blockchain is layer 1, what does it actually mean? A blockchain is layer 2, what does it actually mean? And all right, we'll be looking at some projects that fall under these different layers. So that'll be that for tonight. This is Caspe, and we are a platform that educates